So I had got a comment the other day, and it's a pretty long comment, but at the end, it's really what I want to answer. She asked if how was my experience in the Air Force for 6 years, and if you could do it all over again, would you choose the same branch or a different one? So let's talk about my 6 year Air Force experience, man. If I had to do it all over again, would I choose the same branch? Absolutely. I would still be Air Force because Air Force is just simply the best branch. You know what I mean? And if you're able to go to the best branch, you do that. You know, you work smarter, not harder. The quality of life is just better than all the other branches. They treat you like people. I mean, yeah, you're gonna deal with some BS, but you're gonna deal with BS at any other job. You know, this is the government, this is the military. So uh, I don't really have no complaints about the Air Force. You know what I'm saying? I think the only two regrets that I've have with my military career is one, I didn't start my YouTube channel earlier, like when I first, like my first few years within me being in the Air Force, because ain't no telling where I would be because of stuff I was going to show and me traveling with the Raven stuff and doing all that and putting y'all on game and this and that. And two, the second thing I regret is, bro, I ain't had no bar fight. I ain't had no bar fight just like they be having on all the military movies. So I ain't never get to experience that. But other than that, my career was dope. I was stationed in Delaware all 6 years. Now that's possible that you don't get orders and you stay at one duty station for X amount of years, or you may be a person that gets orders every couple years. You know what I'm saying? You're always on the move. But uh, for the most part, being in Delaware as a state is boring, you know. But with being in Delaware, you're next to New Jersey, Philly, Baltimore, and New York. So I spent time in all those places on my free time, and it was just cool. My work was easy. I was a Phoenix Raven. Well, I was security forces, but while being security forces, I was able to do Phoenix Raven, which is basically a cool way to say air marshal for the Air Force. But the difference between an air marshal and a Raven is we provide security for the plane and its assets when it's on the ground. Sometimes in the air as well, but it's mostly on the ground. But I was able to travel to five of the seven continents, over 50 countries visited. I was able to meet some powerful people in the government. I was able to fly a mission in support of VP Joe Biden at the time. You know, so the experiences was cool. I love the money I was able to make, and I just wouldn't change my career. I wouldn't choose nobody's career of mine because a lot of people join the military to travel, and that was one of the things I want to do, and I did that. So everybody ain't able to do what I did at the age that I did it, and I kind of just like had my own way within my career. You know, I wasn't a person that you could just run over just because you was this rank or that rank, or if you had clout or whatever the case may be. I just wasn't going for that. Like I know this is military, but if I feel like something is dumb and I don't agree with it, I'm not doing it. And I'm gonna say with all due respect, sir, this is dumb. This is dumb, and I'm not doing it. Uh, I would say the leadership can potentially make your experience bad, but you get bad experience. I mean, not you get bad leadership anywhere, but for sure in the military is bad leadership because people be on that power trip stuff, and you could tell who was cool in high school and who wasn't, who was lame in high school, because once they get like some power and some rank in the military, they just become a whole different person. They make the uniform their whole personality. You know what I'm saying? And once you realize that that's what's happening, then you can disregard it however you're gonna disregard it, or you can handle it however you're gonna handle it. You know, but uh, my 6 years in the Air Force was a time. I had fun. Uh, I was able to get a couple houses, and I had roommates or whatever. But it was cool. I don't have nothing bad to say about the military. I've had some close calls because of where I was at within doing the Raven stuff. I went to a couple of scary parts of Iraq, but other than that, if you're not doing what I'm doing, if you're not like some special warfare combat job in the Air Force, you're gonna be just fine. Get you a nice office job, and then do what you're supposed to do your job, and go home. Rinse and repeat for the next 4 to 6 years. That's if you sign a 4 year contract or a 6 year contract. I always recommend people to sign that 4 year contract just in case you don't like it, because that 4 years is gonna fly by. And if you sign that 6 year contract, them 4 years gonna come by. You're like, damn, I could be getting out right now, but you still got 2 more years. But the 6 year wasn't bad. I took the 6 years because that was my only option, and they wasn't offering 4 year contracts when I was in during my process, I should say. But after that, uh, the military takes care of me for the rest of my life, and they can take care of you if you do it right. If anything hurts with your body, go to medical. I don't care what nobody say about you. Don't listen to them. Because you need a paper trail to get your VA disability. I know it's probably different to get it these days, but as soon as I separated, because you had, well, I'm just saying what I did. As soon as I separated, I went to the VA and got my paperwork started. And, it took, I want to say it took about 6 months. It took about 6 months, 6 months to a year. And I'm comfortable. I do YouTube full time, and now what I'm doing, I'm just talking about my life, my experience in the military, because I know my experience with me being, you know, a black guy that went to the military, because the stereotype, man, the military ain't for a black man, blah blah blah. And what I say to that is, if I can make it work, so can you. And the military is not bad, bro. It's not bad. It's the ultimate cheat code. It's the ultimate reset button. If you're a person that's out here in the civilian world and you just can't find nothing, and you can't get into nothing meaningful, go to the military, bro. And I'm saying go Air Force. Go to the Air Force. It's chill. It's relaxed. It's clean. Like I said, you're gonna deal with some BS anywhere, but that just was a part of life. BS. Uh, but yeah, like I said, the military take care of me for the rest of my life. I do YouTube full time, and I also have a business. I have a wine business. So none of that or none of this wouldn't be possible if I didn't spend that 6 years in the Air Force. Like, I don't even know what I would be doing if I didn't go to the military, because I did want to go to school, and working wasn't really my forte either. It was, but just having a boss, to me, it just wasn't it. And now I'm my own boss. I work when I want to work, however long I want to work, and I just be chilling, you know. So I know you say you stuck between the Air Force and Army. Go Air Force. Now some people gonna say, well, you can rank up fast in the Army, bro. Don't worry about the rank if you're gonna do one enlistment, bro. If you're doing one enlistment, don't worry about the rank. You know what I'm saying? And then it's all the crash outs and the YNs go to the Army, bro. You don't want to be part of that. And they just treat people like crap in the Army, from what I seen and from what I heard. Like, people be going through suicidal problems being in the Army, because it's just that depressing in the Army. So none, I ain't trying to knock the Army, but if you can, and if you're worthy enough to go to the Air Force, go to the Air Force. But yeah, yeah, go to the Air Force. But yeah, You do 4 to 6 years in the military. You do it right. You come out. You could quadruple your income just off being in the military for one enlistment. So you can get that disability check, right? You can go to school and get that school check. You can have your job check and your business check. So that's 4 checks you can potentially have just by going to the military. So do what you will with this information. And I hope I answered your questions. And if you got any more, just drop them down in the comments and I'll make another video. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit this like button, subscribe to the channel. Again, comment all your questions, and I'll check y'all next video, bruh.